So you've decided you need to burn something and you need a big temperature because a regular fire will not be good enough. Like 500-600 degrees is like so yeah, I need 1,000 degrees. So you decided you need a kiln, right? So but where do you get a kiln? You can go to your local um, friendly guys and ask to use one, but that's like so yeah, you decide you want to build your own, right? Okay, so how do you go about building your own kiln? So when you build a kiln, you need to decide what you need from a kiln, right? So first of all, you need a really good temperature. So something like up to 1,000 degrees. That's the first requirement. And the second requirement is like, okay, yeah, but you still need a controlled way, right? So you need to maybe have it reach it to 1,000 and hold it for half an hour at 1,000, right? So you need some kind of a whole temperature feature. And then some other times you also need may also need a way to ramp up the temperature. So say like some recipes say you heat this up to 600 degrees over 90 minutes. So how to do that? So that's like three features that you need from a kiln. One is like reach a high temperature, second is hold the temperature, and third maybe is like ramp up the temperature. So I'll show you how to build a kiln that does all these three things, and it will be an electric kiln. How do you go about that? You go to YouTube and you look at some videos, and there's some people doing it this way and some other people are doing the other way. So I'm going to show you the way I'm going to do it. So I've watched a few of the videos and said like, yeah, they start up with a solid insulator and then they put the coil in, and then they put the frame around the insulator so it doesn't break and that stuff. So what they end up with like is a really huge waste of time building all that frame around the solid insulation, which eventually cracks and they have to replace it, and that's man. So what I decided to do is like start from a frame. So I take a barrel. I went out and found a large oil can, used oil can. So I cut the top. Yeah, the oil can is about 34 centimeters in diameter. So I cut the top, and then I filled the bottom with insulation. Um, and what kind of insulation do you want to put in there? Obviously, if you put solid insulation, you have to cut it out to fit the round stuff, and that's a big pain. So I decided, okay, I'll just pour the insulation, right? So what pourable insulation do you have? Actually, it turns out you have a really good one. There's this pellet kind of like insulation. It's called Vermiculite. It's actually expanded mica, so it's really good insulation. So you go and mix a concrete out of that, like ratio of 12 to 1, so 12 vermiculite to 1 of cement. And when you pour that in, like the bottom for 5 centimeters at the bottom, that's going to hold your insulation on the bottom. Um, so the next question is, how do you hold the heating coil? If you don't have a solid insulation, then there's nothing there to hold your heating coil. So what we're going to do is make an inner ring that would hold the coil, which will make out of concrete, high temperature concrete, and that one will also separate the outside ring, which is insulation, from the inside ring, which is the coil and the space that it heats. Here you can see the assembled kiln. You can see the inner ring, which is made of concrete, that has grooves holding the heating element. And you can also see the wire mesh that separates the inner ring from the outer ring. The outer ring is filled with vermiculite. So here it is connected. You can see the top one is connected to our active part, and the bottom one is, where is the bottom one? Oh, there's the bottom one. The bottom one is connected to the neutral, and that's the coil. So you can see nicely set up in its grooves. Yeah, we put the temperature sensor over here. Yeah, you can put it lower probably, but that's okay in my book. The available space for the inside is about 15 centimeters in diameter, and the whole barrel is about 34 centimeters in diameter. So this is the actual barrel. That's what it looks like. So as you can see, the building a kiln is not that difficult. What's remaining here is to actually fill it to the top with insulation, and then create a top, insulating top, so we can cover the kiln while it's heating. And the top is right here. We did the same. We mixed vermiculite with cement mix, 1 to 6 in this case, compared to 1 to 12 at the bottom. And this is for it to hold it better because it's going to be a lid. So that's a temporary one. It's still drying out. It's still wet, but this is going to come handy on the top, like this. Like this, you're just going to go and stick it onto the kiln, and that's going to be the kiln. We'll remove the paper later once it's dried out.